Welcome back at 7:14. We're still in the early parts of 2025, and many people might be deciding that this is the year to buy a new home. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or a seasoned home owner, the best time to start preparing is right now. Dan Mills from the Home Builders Association of Greater New Orleans joins us with some strategies to put you in the best position to find a home. Dan, good morning. Thanks for joining us. And
thanks so much for having me.
Before we start talking about homes, tomorrow's a holiday, and you wanted to give a special shout out this morning.
It's Valentine's
This is actually really
Day.
cool.
Yeah, so my sister went through a bilateral lung transplant 6 years ago. She's doing great. She's in town, and I wanted to throw a shout out to my sister Debbie. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day to you, Debbie, and congratulations on great health for 6 years. That's incredible. Let's talk homes now, because that's what your area really is. When you're preparing to buy a home, you need to start thinking about your finances first and foremost. Talk about what people need to consider.
Earlier in the show, y'all talked about selling homes.
Right.
Now we're talking about buying them. And one of the things that we want to look at first before we start that process is thinking about your credit score. You really need to take a moment. There's 3 credit score agencies out there. You need to check that score and know where you stand before you start, because it determines how much that loan's going to cost you.
So credit score, and then of course you also need to look at your finances overall.
Yes. Determine how much you can afford. Most people say 20% of your gross income, but you need to determine that for yourself, because you have car loans, you may have student loans, you may have other financial obligations. Know what you can afford to put out each month, and recognize that has to cover all of the costs of the home and not just the loan itself.
And that's why you should consider looking into different lenders, not just going with one right off. Is that right?
So that's a great point, because a lot of people think, I'm just going to go to a bank, I'm going to get a loan, and they're all the same. And they're not. There are so many different options, and we have so many different lenders in our market that they can provide you with really customized tools to help you be successful.
On top of knowing how much you can spend or want to spend off the bat, you also need to know what you're looking for. So conversations with realtors need to be productive, so you can't go in saying, I don't know what I want. You need to know what you want, what you're looking for.
The best home is different for all of us. How many bedrooms do you need? Are you trying to get larger, or are you trying to get smaller? What kind of features in your neighborhood? Are you looking for quality of life like parks? Do you need to be close to a school? What about shopping, entertainment? Think about these things, list them out. They can help when you're deciding where to go.
You mentioned how earlier in the show we talked about selling homes. You might be wanting to downsize, to upgrade. So if you're in your current home, so you first have to sell the one you're in. Talk about why that's so important.
Yeah, if you have that home, you need to coordinate selling that home when you're buying the new one and aligning the closing, right? So it's really important to find a good realtor that can support you. We have partners at the New Orleans Metropolitan Real Estate Association at NOMAR, and they can also help you with that.
And it's interesting you mentioned that, because you may have this grand plan of, okay, we'll move out before Christmas and we can move into the new place at X, Y, and Z time, but things happen. Those contracts fall through, plans shift for different reasons. So that's why you have to have a great relationship with your realtor. That's so important. I don't think people realize that.
On the best of days, I have trouble managing my calendar. And when you're doing 2 mortgages and somebody else's life at the same time, it's always a challenge.
If people need more assistance, they have more questions, where can they go for more resources?
Visit us at www.hbagno.org.
Dan, thanks so much for your time. Again, happy Valentine's Day to your family, and to your sister Debbie. Hope she's doing well and enjoying her time here in New Orleans.
And to you got the Valentine's Day dress on.
And my heart earrings. I'm trying to get in the holiday spirit. Stay in the holiday spirits of all the holidays, because there's always one going on. Dan, thanks so much. We'll see you later.